In the heart of San Jose, California, shrouded in the fog that rolls off the bay, lies the Winchester Mystery House, an architectural anomaly and a monument to supernatural obsession. The sprawling estate, with its labyrinth of rooms, staircases that lead nowhere, and doors that open into brick walls, was the lifelong project of Sarah Winchester, heiress to the Winchester rifle fortune. Legend has it that the house is cursed, its endless construction a means to appease the spirits of those fallen by the bullets of the gun that won the West. Sarah Winchester's story began in tragedy. After the death of her husband and child, Sarah sought the guidance of a medium who foretold that the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles had placed a dark curse on her family. The medium warned that the spirits would haunt her to her grave unless she built a home for them and never stopped building. Thus began the creation of the Winchester Mystery House. The house grew under the constant hammering of construction, its original 7 rooms expanding into a maze of 160 rooms. Staircases ascended to ceilings, doors opened to sheer drops, and hallways doubled back on themselves. Workers toiled under Sarah's precise instructions, building oddities meant to confuse and placate the restless spirits. Locals whispered about eerie sounds and ghostly figures seen in the windows, fueling rumors that the house was indeed haunted. One stormy night, a traveler named Thomas, whose lineage traced back to a man killed by a Winchester rifle, found himself at the gates of the mansion, seeking shelter. The aging Sarah, sensing a kindred spirit in the weary traveler, welcomed him in. Unbeknownst to her, Thomas bore a deep-seated resentment for the Winchester legacy. As Sarah led Thomas through the maze of her creation, she spoke of her belief in the supernatural forces at play and her hope that the building could atone for her family's sins. The house seemed to breathe with a life of its own, the wind howling through its many corridors like the whispers of the dead. At midnight, drawn by an inexplicable pull, Thomas found himself outside the seance room where Sarah communicated with the spirits. The door, usually locked, creaked open as if inviting him. Inside, the room was arranged with 13 chairs, one for Sarah, and the rest for the spirits she believed attended her nightly. Overcome by a surge of anger and grief for his ancestor, Thomas confronted Sarah, accusing her of madness and declaring that no amount of construction could compensate for the lives taken by Winchester rifles. As the confrontation escalated, the candles flickered and a cold wind swept through the room, extinguishing the lights. In the darkness, Thomas felt a chilling presence. The air thickened, as if the spirits themselves had encircled him. Sarah's voice broke through the tension, her tone suddenly calm, resigned. She confessed that she too felt the curse's weight and had long awaited the spirit's final judgment. Suddenly, the house trembled as if in the grip of an earthquake. Thomas heard the spirit's wails, a tormenting chorus that seemed both to accuse and mourn. He fled the room, the house's confusing passageways a mirror to his panic. Behind him, doors slammed shut, guided by unseen hands, and the walls seemed to whisper of death and despair. As dawn broke, Thomas found himself outside, the house ominously quiet behind him. He looked back once, half expecting Sarah to appear at a window, but there was only the silent facade. When the townsfolk ventured into the house later, they found no trace of Sarah Winchester. Some say she was taken by the spirits, her soul condemned to wander the halls of her creation forever. The Winchester Mystery House stands to this day, a monument to grief and guilt. Visitors report strange occurrences, footsteps in empty rooms, cold spots, and doors that close of their own volition. Whether these are the manifestations of the cursed spirits or Sarah's unsettled spirit remains a mystery. Thomas's encounter at the Winchester house haunted him for the rest of his days. He never escaped the chilling whispers of that night, a constant reminder of the curse of the Winchester rifle. The house remains, a curious destination for those drawn to the darker corners of history. Its corridors, echoing with the stories of the past, as if the walls themselves are compelled to remember. In the shadows of the Winchester Mystery House, the boundary between the living and the dead is as thin as the veil of fog that blankets the estate, a testament to the power of belief, the weight of guilt, and the ever-present past, demanding to be acknowledged.